Hey everyone, Jerry Opoka here, talking about funeral rites and specifically the rituals, the cultural norms and practices around this thing that is called funeral rites. I have taken the time over the years to understand what, first of all, this started with me seeking to find out or to learn who I am as a human being, as an African woman, as an Acholi woman. Like, what does that mean? And now I am an Acholi woman married to a Muganda man. So I'm raising Baganda children. So I want to know, what exactly does that mean? As an African woman, a lot of our practices were demonized. A lot of our spiritual practices were demonized. And for me, it made me feel less than before God. Even when I prayed as the one whose ancestors were sinners. I prayed as the one who carries their sin with me every day, because a lot of the prayers in the different religious places, especially in the Pentecostal church, a lot of my problems seemed to be linked to my ancestors. But I love them. I love my grandparents. So how come they are the cause of my pain? Like, what does it really truly mean? As a black woman also, I felt that there's a black devil, there's a, black situations, there's darkness, and yet I'm also dark. So my prayers were always from a place of begging, like, God, please see me, this girl from the dark continent who practices black magic and black spirituality, So it led me down this path of wanting to really know, what is it that they did that was evil? And that is how I decided then that I wanted to do funeral rites for my parents for so many reasons, including the insurgency in the north. We were not able to do them. We didn't go home as much. But when I wanted to do the funeral rites, I wanted to understand, how should I do it? How best should I do it to honor them and their memory? And what is it that was evil in that practice? Now, it led me to understand the practice from so many different angles. I started from South Africa, listening to the great Bishop Joshua Maponga, speak about it with one of the South African, I think, tribal kings. And it made me realize that, wow, there is a power and a beauty in understanding that we are spirit and what that actually means in our day-to-day existence. Then that also carries to the importance of that knowledge in our death. So this is where the foundation of my work and trying to understand these rituals really came from. And I have been blessed and honored to be a part of an actual funeral rites proceeding or, process in my family, because we recently did funeral rites for my beloved and departed mother-in-law. And it was so amazing, so enriching an experience. So what is the purpose of funeral rites? One, they are a rite of passage for the departed to be able to fully cross over to the other side. Two, they symbolize an end of mourning for the family of the deceased. They are also the process through which that person who passed, or their soul, is released to a place of glory. It also represents a new dawn for the family, a continuation of life, of posterity or legacy of the person who is deceased in the selection of an installation of an heir. It also brings connection, connectivity, unity back in the family, because families come together in such big numbers for this grand celebration. You have the family of the deceased together with the family, if they were married, for example, the family of the deceased and the family of their spouse. I believe if it was a child, it would be the two families of the parents and, you know, the two sides of the parents, there is a connection there. But when you get together at these functions, you have aunties, uncles coming together, cousins, nieces, nephews, and you get to know each other, you get to connect. While the previous connection was in sadness because of the death, this time it's a celebration of life, and we get to really know one another. And it's also a place of great cultural teachings, which is exactly what happened with me and a lot of our family members who were like, oh, actually it's such a rich culture, and people start to open their hearts to what is an actual ceremony of funeral rites. So in this particular video, I just wanted to sort of break down what the funeral rites are actually about, like the purpose of them, why we as Africans engage in this ritual. And in the next video, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to break it down in the different phases, because for the Baganda and the Acholi culture, there's the funeral rites are broken down in 3 phases, and it's a 3-day affair. So the next video is going to talk about the first ritual and how that goes down, why it happens, and the importance of us really engaging and understanding. Thank you.